Number 5, I have Ava Victor's Sorry Baby.
Okay.
This was a movie I was, again, lucky enough to see in a theater, which I was shocked I was going to be able to, given where I live. And all I really knew about it was that it was a movie about trauma, which I was like, cool, good time out for me. I love movies about trauma. I actually do. So I was like ready for this, I thought. I was not prepared for this. Ava Victor, we have talked about, one to watch is not a strong enough term. I am like chomping at the bit for the next thing that she does.
Yeah.
I think she is a insane talent as a director, as a writer, as an actor, which of course she does she wears all of those hats in this movie. And one of the things I love about it is that it is a movie about trauma that doesn't wallow in the vivid descriptions of said trauma. It is not, it's a movie about a sexual assault, but it's not something that revels in the violence of that. When that scene happens, basically you see the outside of a house for a long time, and then you see her leave. And in some ways, that's enough for you to understand some of what has happened. But the way that is detailed, there's a scene between Ava Victor and Naomi Ackie that is one of the best moments on film that I've ever experienced in talking about trauma and sexual assault. It is one of the best expressions of true friendship that I have seen on screen in quite a long time. Because, if you have never had a discussion with someone who has been sexually assaulted, you're lucky. Or maybe that there are people that have gone through that and you have not been in a trusted position to have to be there for that moment. That moment in the film where Naomi Ackie's character doesn't press, she just sits there with her. She holds that space with her and lets her explain it the best way that she can. Is just beautiful. And it's one of those moments in cinema of this year that I constantly go back to because it's so underplayed and so real. And we also talked about in our last episode that another ending I really like this year is the ending of this film. That, the actual sorry baby sequence happens. And it's interesting because it's a movie that delves into the emotion without making a show of itself. It doesn't have her openly weeping. It doesn't have her processing in a way that we've seen before. One of the ways that she processes in this movie is talking to this infant and saying that essentially life is hard. And I hope nothing terrible happens to you, but bad things will happen.
Yeah.
Because we're human and bad things happen to all of us. But the most important thing is that we're there for one another. And even if this baby at this point cannot process any of this, its brain is not built in a way yet to know that it's being taken care of, it is still getting those emotions. It's still getting that love from her. And that is the first time in the movie that the lead character, aside from the cat that she adopts, that she's able to really express love in a genuine way. She's able to accept it from other people, but it's hard for her to open herself up enough because of everything that's happened to her. And it also has one of the best single scenes of the year with her and John Carroll Lynch. John Carroll Lynch, who evidently can only play the nicest man in the world or a serial killer. Like those are the two, like nothing in between. He's either like the husband from Fargo or the damn Zodiac.
And
like,
I was just thinking those two examples as you made that analogy.
It's it. But he's
was he
good.
on your list for Impact? Short
he
time?
Was.
He was. Okay. I was trying to remember.
Yeah, absolutely. He
what
was one of the him and Bridget Everett were the two that like really hit.
That's right.
For sure. But yeah, he's great. The movie's great. It is it's a movie that of course is not a big movie. It's clearly made on a shoestring budget, but it doesn't need to be showy. I think that is something that makes it better, is that it's kind of an insulated movie. But Ava Victor is a supreme talent, and I absolutely cannot wait to see what she does next, or what they do next.
Yeah. Very good movie. This, again, just speaks to the plethora of great movies and how widespread that it is when I have something as great as this at maybe, I don't know, like number 23 or something like that. But again, this gets back to something we sort of alluded to before, that these lists are time capsules for us. Yeah. And for me, at least, something I usually try to do is really treat it as a time capsule by not giving these movies that many rewatches if I can help it. So that way I feel very fresh on each of them almost equally. So then when I do start giving them rewatches, I could start seeing which ones will shift and how those lists will change because of these new perspectives and these new familiarities that I'm starting to bring to it. I can only imagine a movie like Sorry Baby is one that does get better as you view it, because I do think, to your point, Dave, it is one of the best endings of the year for sure.
I'm like practically throwing this movie at people. Like everyone I talk to is like, go watch Sorry Baby.
And
so Julia Roberts.
I was just going to say, Julia Roberts.
Yeah. I know. We should just insert that clip here.
Yeah.
Let that play for the next 10 minutes.
That is how you sell a movie.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what the term is. I feel like we should coin some phrase for that spot on your list that haunts you at night because math is what it is, and there's 10 slots, but you have 15 films you're trying to cram into 10 spots. That's Sorry Baby. This is number 11. But
wow,
I feel about it the same way I do any of these movies we're talking about tonight. Like it's a top 10 film as far as I'm concerned, but there's like math is what it is, and that's why math is
22 top 10 films this year.
Yeah. But yeah, I love everything that you're saying. I mean, that's a film that thrives in the passage of time and the profound insight that is cultivated as it relates to guilt. And it leads to one of the best endings of the year. And I agree with everything that you had to say about how that unfolds there. It's a great sequence. And as heartbreaking as the film is at times, I do love the blistering humor of the film. I mean, maybe the most impressive thing about Sorry Baby is the tonal precision that Ava Victor brings to this film. It is unreal how she's able to thread that needle here. It is truly impressive stuff.
Yeah,
my
great
God.
stuff.
Is that her first screenplay?
Is that her first?
I don't know about screenplay.
If it is, that's crazy. Like, that's
absolutely wild. And then to navigate that as a director, to make sure those tones come across seamlessly, I mean,
it is their only
unreal.
Screenplay. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Unreal.
My God. Like,
yeah.
Jeez. It just makes you wonder, like, how many years has this been building? Like, is this something she just wrote a year and a half ago, or is something they've been working on for like 7 or 8 years? Because it feels so polished.
Yeah. That's a great, like, how did this come about? Because it's their first directorial effort and screenplay, but also here's a few $1 million to make this. Like, how does that happen?
Right.
Ava Victor's also younger.
Good.
Yeah. Ava Victor's also younger than all of us, and here we are just simply talking about movies as opposed to making them.
Crazy. $1.5 million budget. How in the world did that come together? I don't know the story there. I'm sure there's a story.
The script was that good.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I'm glad that it did.
And I do see here that Ava Victor shadowed Jane Schoenbrunn during the production of I Saw the TV Globe.
Oh yeah, we talked about
Baby.
We talked about that. I think. I think when we reviewed Sorry Baby, we acknowledged it. I forgot. Yeah, you're right. Thanks for that. That
makes sense.
Another one
as to why this film is so great.
Another one in my top 10 from last year. So
exactly. That's quintessentially when I talk about 2024 being a film that's just full of these great indie gems. Like that's what we're talking about. Great stuff.